Hi there.
Bob?
Yep, that's me.
Lucky are those who find their place in this world.
I got the press with us this
Awesome.
time.
Blessed are those whose place finds them. They pick him up at the same time every morning.
And here we go.
Bob Montgomery will be 93 in January, and he takes this ride so he can do a thing he's been doing for 85 years.
I figure I can still do it. Why not do it? Sitting around in a rocking chair is not my idea of living.
He walks into a building in downtown Bremerton and then into his shop on the 5th floor.
And here's total chaos.
And it's like a step back into another time.
Get some lights in here.
Here is where this ancient little man pushes back against the irresistible force of change, all the while giving last rites to a dying technology.
Tell me what it is about typewriters.
You know, I don't really know anymore. I've been involved with typewriters since I was little. I mean, really little.
His dad owned a typewriter repair shop in the 20s. Bob started working there when he was 7. When he joined the Army and went off to liberate Europe in World War II, somebody found out he could fix a typewriter. They took away his rifle and put him to work liberating stuck keys and broken space bars.
This one says very small parts. Let's see what's in here. Get a load of this.
His is a world populated by little doodads, thingamajigs, and whatchamacallits. Intricate relics he's collected forever.
Hooray! I got it.
The typewriter. How many masterpieces? How many scripts, office memos, manifestos, poems? How many love letters were banged out on the clickety-clackety contraptions that have punctuated Bob Montgomery's life?
I'm catering to people who are willing to pay $125 for a machine that was obsolete 50 years ago.
How's business?
It's probably, if I was really trying real hard on volume, it's not worth it anymore.
Typewriters, like the friends Bob has known, are almost all gone now.
I'm the last of the breed. There's hardly anybody who knows how to take these machines apart and put them back together and make them work.
What's that mean to you?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm one of a kind.
In here, watching him resuscitate an old ribbon mechanism, you can't help but think about the passage of time and what it does to people and the world.
Who's going to do this when you're gone?
I don't know. Nobody.
He never married, never had kids. He works for a while, then collapses. And then works some more, and collapses.
Yeah.
Bob isn't pining away for the good old days. There are no romantic notions about the way we were, no mourning the demise of the instrument of his expertise.
Maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. No one on the planet's going to be using a typewriter.
I know. It doesn't bother me at all.
He says he's already lived 15 years longer than he thought he would. Bob and his clickety-clackety contraptions have taken care of one another for so very long that here in the little shop, it's somehow comforting to imagine the two of them, when the time comes, going off to become quietly extinct together.
Not tired, just used up.
On the sun-drenched shores of Lake Whatcom, in the hallowed halls of Camp Furwood, The tales of summer stars are told and retold. Boys and girls are drawn to the beast. First one, then others, lured by the lore and legend of terrified flying objects. Geese get a gander at its glory, and there it is, like some great bumblebee in a backstroke. It is the dreaded blob.
It's pretty awesome.
Well, I love the blob.
Yeah!
That's awesome.
Whoa! How many of you guys been blobbing before?
One climbs the tower, the others wait. And it's very simple. The blobber goes down, and the blobby goes up.
Blobby!
The first time I was on it, I was just thinking like, I'm gonna die. But then after you get blobbed a bunch of times, it's super fun.
Some stick the landing, some don't. Some enter with a blob of shame. And when there is a serious need for hang time, the kids call Camp Counselor Bosco, or as he calls himself,
Blobsco. Director of blobbing.
The elevation of blobbation is directly proportional to the weight of the freight. And there is the one moment, that fleeting blip of blobular orbit, when nothing, not mom or dad or school or even gravity itself can bother them. A momentary flash of arm-flailing, fast-falling freedom. After they are belched from a blob, a few of them, the bravest and most daring, become summertime legends of the fall. One can blast so far into the blobosphere that they land right into the Furwood Fall of Fame. On this day, that was Aiden.
That was so cool, dude. High five.
There it is, gang. This week's episode of
Eric's Little Heroes! 3, 2, 1,
We wonder what's going on in their heads. Then we forget to listen for answers.
Writing Circle is beginning.
Youth wants, needs to be heard, to express.
It never ceases to amaze me how transformative and powerful their poetry can be.
At this writing circle for Youth Speak Seattle, they call it spitting.
Young poets spit because they have something to say. Adult poets spit because they have something to prove. I heard someone say that recently.
Words scribbled down on a pad. They are swords and shields.
My voice box is a batting cage machine, launching fiery truths at anyone willing to take a crack at expression. My voice box is standing at the top of a water slide. Just give him a minute, he'll take the plunge.
Words here both bludgeon and deflect, attack and protect.
Please remember your words anger me. Also pain me to see that the apple didn't fall far from the tree, but the tree got up and walked away.
There is no judgment here, no censorship.
I learned to speak from the wanderers who never found home and the comfortables who never left it. My home is in my fading memories.
And then one night, in a packed room, a single microphone taunts and dares them to swallow their fears, to stand up alone and spill their guts.
I remember the days when your eyes were so bright it hurt to look at them. Like when some scientists clashed 2 gold ions together, creating a heat 25 somethings hotter than the core of the sun and 75 somethings brighter. Your smile was bright like this.
Dear Daddy, today you left and forgot to say goodbye. But I know you're working out there somewhere for Mommy.
I am starting to understand that my community is beautiful. Like endless games of rock and tag and lightsaber duels in front of Aki Kurosi, like sweet summer Seward Park barbecues when the sun sets beautiful.
Here finger snaps are applause, and the voice is a hammer and a song, a window into the wonder and anger and restless, hungry fire of youth.
Today, I am Warhol. Walt Disney, Google, today I'm in Isaac Haynes' baseline. A Richard Sherman interview. Today I have walked the mountain that is between 1st and 7th Avenue. Today is a day to feel good.
Monday through Friday, I passed my tombstone on the walk home from school. My knees don't buckle like they used to. Tell me this is not bravery.
They used to say to me, Travis, one day you meet a beautiful girl at a poetry slam. But see, I don't go to poetry events to meet women. I go to meet myself. And I am not manly. I have never shotgunned a beer, but boy, do my homies and I get wild with Mountain Dew.
They rage and they cry in the rhythm of their time about what it feels like to be young and scared and alive in 2014.
And if I don't change, I will remember eternally and never be remembered, for the story is written by the victor, not the lazy teenager who sat on his ass failing to remember the good times because he never bothered to go out and make them.
Do you hear me, Daddy? I'm standing at the top of the mountain with my arms wide open, not touching the sky because I was never taught to reach up that high. Am I loud enough for you, Daddy? I learned how to love and I know how to forgive, and I know it's only been 4 years, Daddy, but I still miss you.
This is the only place in the entire world where I feel at home. How could you ever call this broken? How could you not want to be a part of this? How could you ever mistake this as anything but beautiful?
This is a day for the fingers to fly and the hugs to come and the rain to feel awesome. A day to flex and floss to ooh, kill 'em.
They are fierce and raw, wordsmiths, dreamers, poets, and they're talking. Maybe they wonder, is anybody listening?